In an earlier video, I shared with you what phases 1 and 2 of EMDR are all about. If you haven't watched it yet, the link is in the description, and I would encourage you to watch that video before you watch this one. In this video, I'm going to tell you more about phase 3 of EMDR, assessment, and phase 4 of EMDR, desensitization. You may recall that part of phase 1 of EMDR involves me working with you to select targets for EMDR reprocessing. A target is simply a memory of a traumatic event that you still find distressing. We process this memory using EMDR so it is no longer disturbing. The first thing I'll ask you to do is select a specific image or mental picture from the target event that best represents the memory. Then I'll have you come up with a statement that expresses a negative belief associated to the event. So, for example, say the traumatic event that we're targeting for you is a car accident. And when you think of that memory, you feel really anxious and unsafe. In this case, the statement that expresses a negative self belief may be, I'm in danger. Then I'll ask you for a positive statement that you'd rather believe about yourself instead. The reason I ask about the positive belief is to help you look down the line to see what may be possible for you once we deal with the negative belief. In this case, the positive belief may be, it's over, I'm safe now. Now comes the assessment part. I'm aiming to determine two things. One is how disturbing the negative belief is for you right now. And number two, how believable is the positive belief, which at this point should not be very much. In assessing the picture and the negative belief, I'm in danger, I really want to activate and identify all the negative emotions that you associate with that event, as well as all the physical sensations that you experience in your body. So things like cold hands or tightness in the stomach and chest. I will also ask you to place how disturbing you find this target memory on a scale of 1 through 10, using what's known as the SUD scale, which stands for Subjective Unit of Disturbance. Now, in assessing the positive belief in our example, it's over, I'm safe now, I will ask you to rate how true it feels to you on a VOC scale, which stands for Validity of Cognition. By placing beliefs on a scale allows us to have a baseline against which to measure the effectiveness of EMDR therapy. The goal of EMDR therapy in the phases that follow is for the SUD scores of the disturbance to kind of go down, to decrease, and the VOC scores of the positive belief to increase. Now we're ready to move on to phase 4, desensitization. This phase focuses on the picture that represents the worst part of the incident, your disturbing emotions, and the physical sensations. During desensitization, I'm going to lead you through a set of eye movements, or sounds, or physical taps. Each time at the end of this, I will ask, what do you get now? This might be what emotions you're noticing or body sensations you're noticing in your body. This is a very dynamic process, as you may have other memories or insights or associations that may pop up for you. This phase is also an opportunity to identify and resolve other similar events that are associated with the target belief that I'm not safe. When I lead you through a set of eye movements, you are fully awake and you're in total control, but we don't do much talking. You are reprocessing the target memory, and my role is to enable the best conditions possible. If I notice that we're getting stuck, such as like a repeating belief or body sensations or emotions, then I'd intervene to kind of get the reprocessing flowing again. Throughout the process, I will return to asking you to reassess the target memory using the SUD scale. What should happen is that the level of disturbance that you experience should decrease to a much lower level. It's common for people to go from a 7 or a 9 to a 1 or a 2, even a 0, meaning that the target memory is no longer disturbing. At this point, we'll move on to phase 5 of EMDR, installation, where we'll return to the positive belief that we set up earlier in the assessment phase. I will cover phases 5 and 6 in another video, so make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it.